We can easily see the problem created when we stop short and choose not to live in all that we are capable of doing. So, what stops you? What stops any of us? Fear. The answer is easy. You can argue time, but the truth is you are fearful that it will be a waste of time. If you disagree with this, keep reading. You could say money, but only because you're fearful it will be a waste of money. In this case, all roads lead to fear. Fear comes in many forms, and it will feed you a bunch of junk and garbage. Do you remember when indoor malls were a thing? I'm talking about the indoor malls where you could see Santa, run through American Eagle, and snag a soft pretzel all within 200 feet of one another. With indoor malls came food courts, a taste bud wonderland. You could order a slice of Sbarro pizza while your friend got lo mein and an egg roll. The mall food court had so many options. Fear serves you in a similar way. In the food court of fear, there are plenty of vendors for you to spend your physical, mental, and emotional funds. If you feed fear, fear will feed you. Unfortunately, we frequently indulge in the buffet of what ifs and worries on a daily basis. Like a food court, fear offers many options and has multiple personalities. It can shift its nature at any moment, and if you allow it to dictate your actions, you will find yourself being pulled in many directions. Fear says many things. When considering your dreams and goals, fear tells you to sit down and shut up and leave the job for important people, the smart people, the talented people, those with natural ability, the people who are not you. If you took a step toward your goal, fear will then tell you you have no idea what you're doing. It will then tell you everyone is in a league far beyond where you are. Even when you overcome one kind of fear and choose to pursue your goal, fear will then tell you as you get somewhat decent at it that you have to know everything about it and question you on why you are not better yet. Fear accuses, why have you not mastered this yet? There are so many people out there better than you at this. Fear tells you lies, steals your confidence, and accuses you of not being dedicated. Whether it be the fear of what others might think or say, or the fear of not doing it perfectly, fear is a powerful force. Fear paralyzes. If you've ever seen an old depiction of a lion tamer at the circus, you've likely seen the lion tamer holding a whip and a stool. I once read Christopher Walken was a lion tamer in a circus act. Have fun with that. While we might think the whip is the most important tool to have with the lion, it is instead the stool. When the lion tamer lifts the stool and points the legs toward the lion, it freezes. When a lion looks at the multiple legs, it is unable to focus on one at a time and is instead paralyzed with the inability to focus on just one. Fear has a similar effect. We can get bogged down so much with what if that it paralyzes us from taking action. We look for reasons not to based on any given fear. Thoughts create pathways in your brain. The frequency and intensity with which we think of these thoughts create a longer, wider pathway. A single thought is the equivalent of a small rabbit trail, almost naked to the human eye if walking through woods. Thinking the same thought often turns that same rabbit trail into a running trail, wider and longer. More time spent pondering can transform that running trail into a gravel road, then a paved road, then a 2-lane road, until it becomes a 4-lane highway. Fear is no different, but instead of highways, fear creates ruts. When I was a kid, my family hunted land in South Arkansas, and there was a 4-wheeler trail that took us to our camp house. The roads flooded often, and there were ruts well established for years that you knew you had to drive to get through. Even when you tried to drive over them, your wheels fell into place and you had to stay in the ruts. You belong in these ruts, the roads would say. Fear will try to tell you the same. You may have a dream, a goal, your thoughts have built mental highways towards. But fear continually will say, no, get in these ruts because that's where you belong. Let the other drivers go by. This is not for you. Every religion, life philosophy, area of study, or discipline is in agreement on fear. Fear must be confronted. Christians take their cues and commands from the Bible, which encourages us to fear not in various forms up to 365 times, one for each day of the year. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca the Younger wrote, Never let the future disturb you, and we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. Cus D'Amato, renowned boxing coach for Mike Tyson, once said of fear, "Fear is like a fire. You can make it work for you. It can warm you in the winter, cook your food when hungry, give you light when you are in the dark, and produce energy. Let it go out of control and it can hurt you, even kill you. Fear is a friend of exceptional people." William Shakespeare once said, "Of all the base passions, fear is the most accursed." The twice recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize for her discoveries in radioactivity, Marie Curie once quipped, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." I even wore a no fear t-shirt in middle school to let people know that I meant business. From religion to Stoic philosophy into the world of sports, literature, middle school, and science, all areas of life agree. Fear must be confronted and understood if we are to move forward in life. The more real the threat, the more heroic your actions. So how do you confront fear? How do you cut fear off at its knees? Take one single step. Start poorly.